Yo, what's going on, guys? And today I want to talk about the Washington Wizards and why I truly believe this is one of the most balanced teams in the entire NBA right now. Spencer Dinwiddie, Bradley Beal, and Montrezl Harrell, you could argue, are the team's three leading scorers with, it looks like they're going to have three 20-point scorers, okay? I don't know if Bradley Beal is going to lead the Eastern Conference in scoring again this year, but what I do believe is that he's still going to be a 20-point scorer. Spencer Dinwiddie is going to be a 20-point scorer. And I think Montrezl Harrell is going to be a 20-point scorer. And Montrezl Harrell is going to be sixth man of the year. This team is so balanced. They have multiple big men. They have multiple wings. They have multiple guards. Okay? They have depth. And this is a team that, on paper, not spectacular. Okay? You could argue that this team is maybe similar to the Utah Jazz of the Utah Jazz of the East Coast, that if you look at this team, there isn't anyone special. Like, you look at the Jazz, the two biggest names are Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell, and then Mike Conley, which are, arguably bigger names than the Wizards, which Bradley Beal is the only one you could say is that in the same realm for casual fans. While Spencer Dinwiddie, I think, is equally as good as Mike Conley, maybe even better. And Montrezl Harrell, obviously, is nowhere near as good as Rudy Gobert. But this team is... Why the Jazz were so good last year was because of their system and depth. And this is something that we're seeing with the Wizards, is they're so good this year because their system and depth. Okay, I want to hear your thoughts down below on this, analogy or similarities that I just came up with about the Utah Jazz and Washington Wizards. Like, comment, and subscribe. I want to hear those thoughts down below. Help the channel grow. Okay, but let's look at this game. Kyle Kuzma, he continues to be the Swiss Army knife. Kyle Kuzma, I think a lot of people were thinking he was going to have a scoring year coming out here and, just making up for being relegated to a role player once LeBron went to the Lakers. But I still think that's what he is, okay? He's going to be a guy who scores 12 to 17 points a night. He's probably going to average closer to 15 points for the season. But he's a Swiss Army knife. He'll give you steals, blocks. He's one of the best perimeter defenders on this team. Him, Contavious Caldwell-Pope, and Aaron Holiday are probably their best three perimeter defenders, and maybe even Denny Avdia, who Denny Avdia continues to impress me. Okay, Denny Avdia tonight, he came in, hit every single shot. He hit a three, and then he hit another field goal, and then he actually went to the line 4 times. He went 3 for 4. So, and he had a block, okay? Denny Avdia is showing that he's good defensively. Wes Unseld Jr., the John Hopkins alum, is actually showing that he's a good coach and he knows what the hell to do, okay? And right now, Denny Avdia is averaging like a steal, a block a game. I know it's only like 4 or 5 points off like 19 minutes, but I think he's looked good in certain moments. And Roy Hachimura hasn't even played, okay, nor has Thomas Bryant. So once they come back, this rotation, I mean, you could argue that Corey Kispert and maybe Davis Bertans. Davis Bertans, this game looked better than he has in the past few. Davis Bertans has not looked good. And you can argue that Roy Hachimura and Thomas Bryant could push Davis Bertans and Corey Kispert out the lineup. Corey Kispert, who his three-point shot so far on the year has not looked like what we thought, but there's so many options on this team that even if someone has a bad night, like let's say like Bradley Beal only had 17 points tonight, okay, Spencer Dinwiddie dropped 22 and Montrezl Harrell dropped 25, and then you had, off the bench, you literally had 9 points from Aaron Holiday, then you had 8 points from Denny Avdia, 7 points from Davis Bertans, 2 points from Corey Kispert. Okay, Daniel Gafford even had a quiet night, but Montrezl Harrell made up for it. Daniel Gafford only played 7 minutes. Montrezl Harrell had 2 blocks, was actually looking defensively imposing. And this is a team that, look, they had 8 steals, 7 blocks, okay? They were messing shit up. And they were able to grab 47 rebounds, 11 of those being offensive. And you know me, offensive rebounds are key to winning basketball games in my mind, okay? Offensive rebounds are second chance points, okay? The more offensive rebounds, the easier the chances of you winning that game are going to be, okay? Because of the second chance opportunities of scoring, I think is so essential. And they really shut down, okay, Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum was 1 for 8. This whole team, the Boston Celtics, shot 34.5% from 3, okay? 1 for 4 for Jaylen Brown, 1 for 5 from 3 from Marcus Smart, 2 for 4 Al Horford, 1 for 8 for Jason Tatum. Okay, their best three-point shooter was Dennis Schroeder. Basically, their best player, Boston Celtics, was Dennis Schroeder, okay? And he was just going off, but that was just because kind of the Wizards just let him eat. And this is a team that doesn't, yes, they had 16 turnovers, but they feast off the fast break. They feast off of turnovers, and they are very well coached and disciplined. I really like this team. I think they're one of the best teams. They're a top 5 seed in the East. Okay, top 5 seed in the East. They're going to do some damage out there. Because, look, once Thomas Bryant comes back, they have Daniel Gafford, the defensive guy, the offensive guy, Montrezl Harrell, and then they have a stretch 5 and rim protector in Thomas Bryant. Then at power forward, they have, when Roy comes back, I expect him to be starting power forward. Maybe. Kyle Kuzma's getting paid, so Kyle Kuzma will start, and then you have Roy backing him up. You also have Davis Bertans as the third power forward. And then you also go to small forward. Your starting small forward so far has been Contavious Caldwell-Pope with, Denny Abdiel being his backup, then Corey Kispert being his backup. Then at shooting guard, it's Bradley Beal, who his backup is Raul Neto. And you could argue maybe a little bit of even, like, Contavious Caldwell-Pope at times. And then at point guard, you have Spencer Dinwiddie with Aaron Holiday and Raul Neto as well. And basically, this team is 3 deep at every single position. So that's how good they are.